Welcome to our Hello World channel. Friends, our topic coming today, what is the internet? Who is invented the internet first in the world? After launched Sputnik satellite, that's year to started some scientists and researchers to begin to search the internet. January 1st, 1983 is using world first internet ARPANET adapter TCP IP. He is Tim Berners-Lee. He is invented the World Wide Web in 1990. After January 1, 1983, and from there researchers began to assemble the network of networks that become the modern internet. The online world then took on more recognizable from in 1990 when computer scientist Tim Berners-Lee invented the World Wide Web. Okay, our second question is what is the internet and how is it working? All of you listen carefully. The internet is the biggest worldwide communication network of computers. The internet has millions of smaller domestic, academic, business and government networks which together carry many different kinds of information. The short of internet is the net is used by billions of the people all over the world. When you want data in another country, the data is after searching to get within seconds. That time optical cables helps with you because every country has an optical cables. In this optical cables was laid from the underwater each country. 99% of the world uses the internet just like you and everything. The remaining are using Wi-Fi's. All of you have a one doubt will come to you. When sharks in the ocean beat the optical cables. Yes, it's true. Sometimes as sharks attack the optical cables. Thus, however, the always watching the optical cables on the submarines will go on to them well. To repair the optical cables, it's working the normally. All over India wise, the first buying the internet is Tata Communications will providing the internet all over India. Okay, all of you get the answers. Who is invade the worldwide the internet and how to the working the internet. So once again, how to the process is working in the internet and who is invented. A small clip, just watch it, friends.
While many believe the global internet was made possible by satellites, this simply isn't the case. The internet, believe it or not, is a physical network connected on land and under the ocean. A solution needed to be found how we could connect everyone across the globe. After the invention of fiber optics, this technology soon spread across the world. Fiber optic lines are run from town to town and city to city on land, but when it comes to crossing the ocean, a special cable and ship was needed to pull it. Data is transferred on fiber optics, or these strands of perfect glass with pulses of light. When created, the bidirectional fibers are color-coded, with each color indicating a direction of data flow. Having a cable that lives in the ocean took some specific engineering. First off, the fiber optic strands are the width of a human hair and are coated with gel to keep them in place in this first layer of protection in a plastic tube. Around the plastic tube are steel wires that add needed strength and protection. The next layer is made of copper, which not only adds additional strength, but transfers power to repeaters. Repeaters are these canister-like devices that amplify the light every 50 miles or 80 kilometers, so the signal will make it to the other side of the ocean. The final layer is made of plastic, which insulates the entire package. This is the basic oceanic cable configuration, but cables placed near shallow areas, close to shore, or commercial fishing areas need more protection. 2 additional layers of galvanized steel capped with nylon thread and tar will be added for these areas. These cables are manufactured and spun in giant reels, which go into pans in this large facility. When ships head out to sea, they'll have around 100 pans to finish the job. When it's time to load the ship that'll carry the cables out to sea, a series of conveyor belts called the cable highway pulls the cables into a large spool at the base of the ship's hull. An entire crew working 12-hour shifts for a month is what it'll take to get the ship ready to pull a new internet cable. The ship will make its way to its starting location and get as close as possible to the beach without becoming beached itself. Cable is floated out to shore and then buried in the sand. As the ship starts to leave the coast, a remote-operated plow. This device will bury the cable as the ship moves. Dense, rigid sea floors only require the cable to be buried a small ways underneath. If the floor is soft and gooey, the plow will have to work much harder to embed the cable much lower. Plows like the ROV-6 can perform this work up to 6,500 feet or 2,000 meters below the surface of the ocean. Robotic arms and jets help put the cable into the ground, and treads allow it to traverse on the ocean's floor. These robots are controlled from the comfort of the ship with small-scale replicas. These ships have designated routes already planned where the ocean floor is flat and smooth for easy placement. When crossing places like the Atlantic Ocean, the Atlantic Ridge is an underwater rocky mountain range which requires the cable to be reinforced within that region. Now you might be wondering, do these cables have to be laid in one piece? Can they be repaired if damaged? Do sea life attack these cables? Well, first off, yes, sharks have been known to bite and gnaw on them, but don't typically get through the cables. If they have been damaged, they can be repaired. When laying a new line of cable, commonly there are two ships doing this job, one from either side, and they'll meet somewhere in the middle. When they meet, the cables will be fused together, and this is the basics of how we have our internet today.
Okay friends, thank you for watching.